mean, he's not quite the cat in the Quiet Place prequel, but I guess he's pretty good.
I guess I'm next. I should never have come here.
Hollywood directors really will do anything to try and get people excited about seeing a 70-minute film in the cinema. If they have to train a dog so that it acts as well as Robert De Niro, they will do it just so they can find a brand new 5-word elevator pitch for a film that hasn't been used before. Also, they must be absolute monsters. There's no way you can convince a dog to scream and yelp like that unless it's actually in distress, right? Right? Good Boy stars Indy the dog. Do you think he was named after Indiana Jones, who was in turn named after the family dog? Anyway, they've shipped him in to do the next what if basic horror film idea, but from this perspective, following the what if it was from the perspective of the serial killer, and what if it was from the perspective of a ghost. Yes, and this time around, it's about him and his owner who move out while his owner is ill, out of the city and into the country to this house that's in his owner's family, and they start seeing things, or the dog does. That's right, just when you thought that they'd really run out of steam on the really basic supernatural horror film trope where it's, oh, this person's seeing this stuff happen, but they don't, nobody believes them. Somebody went and said, what if it wasn't even a person? Does that make it better? I don't know. So mostly this film is just a dog staring at something and me desperately trying to squint my eyes in just the right way to see whatever is meant to be there. He just kind of wanders around the house and gets spooked frequently. I have to say, of all the things to do in a horror film, to do it from this perspective and then skip one of the most interesting things that happens, like this dog gets kidnapped at one point by a spirit. Literally, like just the spirit is just like behind him, and then it cuts to black, and then the owner goes and finds him where he's been like shoved in the basement later. The whole thing is from the dog's perspective, and you just cut to black and skip over arguably, probably the most interesting thing to happen in the first kind of 50 minutes of this 70-minute film. Like, that alone is just, like... it's such an example of how surely this makes you guys realize that your gimmick is constricting you too much in what you can do. The whole, oh, it's a real dog, and he's the main actor in the film, and it's all from his perspective. Surely you realized at that point, oh, fuck, this doesn't actually work? I mean, what if you just go somewhere alone, have cancer, and are feeling as isolated as humanly possible, and only your dog is there to try and help you get unpossessed? That would push the limits of even man's best friend. This honestly is just an extreme version of one of those videos you see online where, like, a dog leads a policeman to their owner who's had a fit or a stroke or something. And you're like, my god, that's an impressive dog. This is just the film version of that. And this is the ultimate case of why you can see why film studios consider using, like, CGI animals instead. Or just doing an animated film. Like, I know an animated horror film, would never work. But my problem is, once again, that as much fun as it is looking at this cute dog on the screen the whole time, they could barely find 70 minutes of plot for this. Like, it probably the credits are rolling before 70 minutes. Like, it is a dramatically short film that really is just trying to do the same thing over and over because they don't have much else they can do with this concept. It's super constricted. They've shoved themselves so tightly into a box with this idea that they're like, okay, what else can we do? And there's a couple of things, especially the last 20 minutes, where they really do turn it up. 20 minutes was great. The problem is, it should have only been like 15 minutes before that 20 minutes. This should have been a long, short film. Like 35 minutes. It shouldn't have been over an hour. It shouldn't have been a feature-length film. It shouldn't have gone to cinemas. I'd feel bad, like, trashing on this because I did enjoy it well enough, but I do think anyone, like, really bigging this up as, like, a super impressive feat of filming is just really stretching. Like, as an idea, the actual plot of this film is quite weak. Indy as the actor, the dog, A+, great, but that is grading him on a dog actor scale, which is, yeah. So, I do think it's got its moments. There are 2 really good scares, but they're few and far in between the kind of blurry and off-camera and just wasted ones that aren't really working. There is so much of the same thing repeated over and over, just like watching something, expecting something to show up there, and then you're like, wait, is that, oh, there's something there, and then it goes away. And by the end, it was just getting a bit annoying. So it's good that it wasn't any longer than this, but as well executed as the couple of things they do well are, it's too long even at 70 minutes, which is quite an indictment, you know? So I'm giving more like the bestest, goodest, most ultra amazing boy ever 3 stars. The idea is so fun as an idea that you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna love this. So when you come out of it, you're just like, oh, nah, not quite there, is it? It's getting away with a decent mark because fun, but yeah.